What? Is it okay that
He's framing for the going live.
Oh, okay.
I also haven't fed my cat tonight, so he's going to be fun. He's going to be all up in our shit.
And
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
You really adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Bazinga.
Two in the box. Ready to go. We be fast. They be slow.
Cool.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mount Geekmore, your favorite podcast where you can watch your friends or people you may just know from the internet talk, argue, and debate Mount Rushmore, their top 4 of a certain topic. As you can tell by looking at your computer screen, if you're watching us live or on your listening device, tonight we are going to be doing the Mount Geekmore of 90s one-hit wonders. Just for clarification, for anybody who may be listening, we do have
everybody shut up and listen. This is so important.
Shut up and listen.
This is the most important part of the entire show.
Wikipedia defines a one-hit wonder as a band that only has one song in the course of their career reach the Billboard Top 40. We have been over this countless times as we've done this topic on different things. We've talked about it being top 25, but anyway, top 40 is what Billboard calls it. So that's what we're going to call it. We want to make sure everybody knows who we got here tonight. So first off, we've got Mike Mercadal.
Hey, everybody. It's Mike Mercadal here. And for the podcast listener, what are you doing? Watch us live. You know, like tune in for the live stream. Post in the comments. Ask questions. Give your pick. Your picks, so your mountains can be in the comments, and you can participate in the show. Follow us at all the social medias found at geekbro.net.
We have got our Mount Geekmore co-host and my Shiver co-host, David Ulloa.
Howdy.
And back again for the second time in just as many months, I believe, we've got Alex Stein.
Hey, guys. Pleasure to be back. You know, you said Wikipedia defines a one-hit wonder as somebody who's on the top 40, but one thing we always know is Wikipedia, always right.
Always. Never not correct.
High school and college students, cite it in your
Yes.
papers. It will make all of your teachers so happy.
Scroll down to the references
See,
and
exactly.
cite those.
And that's how you do it. And there's that cat that's
There's that
signed
cat.
one.
It's not quite a live video unless there's a cat asshole on screen.
Yeah, this is Daniel Day-Lewis. It's actually him. He just refuses to break character.
Nice. All right. So one thing we like to do here at the top is we go around and give everybody a chance to talk about how they came up with their mountain. So, Mike, what went into your list?
I will say, Debona, turn up your microphone. It's a little low. And also, so this one we were kind of all messaging and like I was messaging Stein and we were talking before we went live about just how convoluted it is to make one of these mountains because there's too many to choose from, and then all of a sudden it becomes, it's so subjective because if you are a rock guy, you will know more deep cuts, like just because you know, that's why the definition is important. So like the popular songs, it's all about popularity. So for me, that was my one defining characteristic. I wanted my mountain to be the forces of nature, the unstoppable earworms that, to be fair, still persist in pop culture. And also the 90s was like, I think a kind of culmination in the music industry of like the factory that the music industry became, and then how it declined after Napster and all of the digital distribution, file sharing and all that stuff. So like this was when they were just cranking out. It's like, oh, we got a new person. We found them in the mall. Here you go. Here's them singing a song that somebody else wrote. We just dance them around like a puppet, literally in the NSYNC video. And then, you know, like that's what the 90s were all about. So this is like, I wanted to pick unstoppable forces of nature as the one hit wonder, and then poof, they're gone.
And so you went the opposite way of your Vampires Mountain is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yes, there we
absolutely,
go.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Dave, how'd you make your list?
I having done, I think this is the third or fourth one that we've done on Geekmore. So I kind of knew already, it's got to be top 40. Don't even consider ones that don't immediately come to mind, sort of thing. I started thinking I've got to do this by genre. So one per genre. I'm a rock guy, so I'm like, I got to pick only one rock song and move on from that. And so I think I did that. I think it's a fairly varied mountain, and then I'll throw in some of those other rock hits, those alt rock hits that I love in the honorable mentions.
All right, Stein.
Yeah, I'm going to follow up with what Dave said, in that genre had a lot to do with it. And also piggyback on what Mike said, because growing up, I listened to a lot of alternative rock. That was like my thing. So when first building the list, I was getting all of those alternative rock one-hit wonders. But then I was like, no, think about all of the other earworms, like the things like when I first downloaded Napster onto my computer that I bought for my bar mitzvah. Those songs I needed to have on my Winamp. And so,
Wow.
Winamp, nice.
Winamp, it whips the llama's ass.
Skins
It
and
whips the llama's
visualizers. It's so cool. I love my Winamp. So I was like, okay, so what were like some of those first songs that I needed to go back and get? And my like runners up list is like twice as long. There's so many.
That's what we're gonna catch a lot there.
Yeah. So I basically took one from each genre. I didn't want to double up in any genre.
Fair enough. I'd kind of split the difference between some of these things. There are two glaring omissions from my list that I would be a fool to like when somebody else picks them. I'm not going to argue against it. But there are two songs that were two of the biggest songs in the 90s that I just can't stand, and therefore I refuse to put them on my list. Whatever, I get it. That happens sometimes. This is the episode where I decided to do that. So that being said, it's songs that I like, but it's also earworms. It's the songs that as soon as it starts playing in a movie or something, you're going to recognize that song. And they're going to be songs that people are still going to go back to put in soundtracks. And I thought about that a lot too. So, all right.
Soundtracks. There were, yes, that's true.
Soundtracks were so huge in the 90s.
I will say, as we are probably not going, we may have some double ups, but we probably won't. We're going to
historically we haven't.
We're going to have to keep it tight because this show could go on for hours.
Absolutely.
So when you drop your pick, and we're going like rapid fire, almost like lightning round, where we're just going to like bump. We're basically going to one hit wonder them and then drop off the face of the earth with our picks.
Sounds good to me. We're going to keep it tight, and let's get to the number fours.
Number 4. Did we have the sound?
Wasn't sure if we had sound effects. You're up for
number
that.
4s.
Number 4.
All right,
number 4.
Mike, what do you got for number 4?
Okay, so I'm coming in hot, and this is the unstoppable force that it was, and then the disappearing act that they pulled. I'm going with "Steal My Sunshine" from Len.
Great choice.
I'm unfamiliar with that one.
Oh my God.
This was the summer hit.
Yes.
When I was in high school. It was quite literally like, you never said, "Gonna steal my sunshine." And it had that weird, like, repeating, like, cowbell song.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, you're right. You see that? Okay.
Len.
That is the ultimate one-hit wonder moment. You hear it, you're like, oh, yes, yeah. And then gone. I tried I wanted to do research and like go and figure out what happened to these people. I could not care less what happened to Len because the song is still around. Every once in a while, you'll just be in a store somewhere and you'll just hear the song and you're like, oh my God, that's right. And it was it was just like this poppy upbeat. There's gonna, I think, a theme in One Hit Wonders is the song of summer. Because there was,
I was about to say it's the perfect summer song. That's
a great summer song. It's a good driving to the beach song. Like in the montage in the teen rom-com movie when everything's looking great in the middle, like before everything falls out and she's just a nerd. She took her glasses off and now she's pretty. All that before all of that happens, they're having a fun day at the beach. They're playing Len's "Steal My Sunshine."
Agreed.
That is my number 4.
All right. We got Steal My Sunshine by Len. Dave, number 4.
So one of the things that may not be known about me, and Mike, Daniel, you guys have known me for a little while now, is I am actually really into dance, electronica, EDM, synth pop. If it's electric, I fucking dig it. All right. And for me, my dance pick is Mr. Vane by Culture Beat. I fucking love this song. And anytime I hear it, we've got a radio station down here in Miami that plays only 90s hits. And so every now and then this song will come on. And when it does, those windows come down, that volume gets cranked up, and my son from the back seat's looking at me like my old man is the biggest fucking loser I have ever seen, because I'm fucking tearing it up in the front seat. Woo, call me Mr. Vane. Call me Mr. Wrong. Oh, I fucking love this song. It makes me want to just tear off all my clothes and dance and just grind. That's what I want, and I want it.
Wait,
now.
I'm getting a message from Stephanie. Can confirm. Okay.
Okay, confirm. I have a question though, Dave. I had trouble picking electronic dance hits because there were many.
Yes,
because this was also the era where everyone was using the same beat. Yeah. Like the rhythms are all like, that's the whole point of dance music. There's no real variation, so you can keep the party going, right? Yeah. So a lot of them, like you said, Mr. Vane, and I went La Bouche, Be My Lover.
Oh, that's another great one.
Be my lover, because basically the entire soundtrack to Night at the Roxbury.
yeah, that's
there you go.
Kind of it.
But it is so encapsulated. It just for the theme alone, that's a perfect choice.
All right. So
I acted like I knew what song you were talking about, but I didn't. I would have to hear it. It's one of those things. I'm sure if I heard it, I'd be like, "Oh fuck
you
yeah,
would.
dude!"
Yeah, you immediately.
Would. Google them. Like if there's one thing you don't know.
The rap, man. When the rapper comes in and he starts laying down those lines, oh man, it's that sort of like he's not even really rapping. He's just talking.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Can you give us a small taste of it right now? See if it like.
I think you
Sorry
get
to
like
put you on
4
the spot.
seconds before Spotify gets mad.
I can't. Man, I'm not cool enough to pull it off.
Call me Mr. Vane.
No, didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
All right. So Dave number 4 is Mr. Vane by Culture Beat.
I thought about it. Like I can't embarrass myself that much.
Hard.
We're live.
Stein, what's your number 4?
All right. So this is my pop song coming in at number 4 by Aqua, Barbie Girl.
Oh, great!
That much,
Barbie Girl.
That much, dude.
You almost chose Barbie Girl, also.
Almost.
That's my pop pick.
Oh, dude, it's just that song. That one is just so much fun. That's one that you just like. It's a song that just makes you happy when you hear it. Like,
I have a very distinct memory of going to like my first house party in like 1996, 1997. You know, the hormones are just kicking in. You know, I'm there with the girls that are just like we're starting to notice each other. Boys and girls are starting to notice each other. And Barbie Girl is playing in the background, and it just like. It sits there in my mind as one of those like precious memories, you know? This is the perfect song to like score that moment for me.
You want to know what's funny?
Barbie,
they're like a big European band.
Aqua,
yeah.
Aqua. The thing is that in the United States,
Danish.
Yeah, in the United States, the attempt to recapture the magic of a one-hit wonder is almost looked down upon with disdain. Like, how dare you try? Like, if Aqua came out, like I remember they tried because they had the box. Remember the box? Where you could pick
the
videos?
television channel.
Yeah, where you like voted.
Where you could like request videos, and it was just videos, and there was like Aqua had released their like follow-up to Barbie Girl, and people were like, "No,
how dare you?
No, not even a thank you. No, thank
Give
you.
me another dance remix of Barbie Girl.
Exactly.
This one will be 8 minutes long.
Whole album.
fooled us
nothing but
once.
Barbie Girl.
What was the follow-up? Ken Boy?
I don't know. It was another goofy, dance. It's all like, like
oh yeah, it's so
caricature.
poppy, so like bubblegum, bright colors. I remember like the baby doll shoes were a big thing, so everybody had those like big thick platforms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be back. They'll be back with a follow-up the next couple of years named Skipper.
What about?
All right. So my number 4, sliding in by the skin of its teeth at number 40, where it peaked, came out in 1993. And it's a song that you might not recognize by title, but I guarantee you'd recognize if you heard it. But it is a song that I think encapsulates the 90s better than just any song in rock that came out in the 90s. It's Possum Kingdom by the Toadies.
Oh, such a great song. And I knew it was going to be
so
on your
good.
list.
God,
Possum Kingdom by the Toadies. Like, that song sounds like 90s rock. Like, you hear that song and it's just it's not quite grunge, it's not quite alt, right? It's a little bit of like everything that made 90s rock all just kind of wrapped up into one. And yeah, it hit number 40, and it was their biggest hit at number 40. So it just barely slides in. But man, I hear that song, and it's like that song reminds me of all other 90s rock. And that is how it ended up that's how it kept climbing. Because at first I was like, it only made it to number 40. It's not going to make my list. But man, I hear that song and I'm just like, yeah, that's the 90s right there. That's what music sounded like.
It's hard to explain a time when like there was such a division in like what the music you listen to. Like, it's almost like you weren't allowed to listen to multiple types of music. I went to a school where it was the lines were drawn, and if you were a rock guy
or you were a rocker,
well, there was the rock, there was the rap guys.
Where I was, it was you were a 99X guy or a 96 Jams guy.
Right. The
106.7 or 92X in Denver.
Yeah, it's the radio stations, man. It was like gang colors.
Yeah.
It was very defined.
I have a serious question about that song. What is the dark secret he needs to tell her behind the boathouse?
It's his dick.
True story. Where they're from, there's actually like a legend of like possums in this area around the lake, and like there actually is like the area they're from. There's like an urban legend about possums around this lake. It actually has like local historical roots to where they're from.
It is
so
hard.
That is something that doesn't make sense if you're not from the area, I guess.
That's cool. I like that. Good answer. I'll take it.
That song was like, I love that song, and it's hard that it's like a one hit, but for me it felt like that is only popular to grunge people.
Yeah.
You know, the power that it had was in that, but you're right. It was in that one moment.
Right.
Every grunge person on earth was like, this is going to be the next big band. Yes. And they went poof into the ether, and they disappeared.
I think they're still performing to this day, actually.
Just the one song.
Yeah.
Just the one song. They come out, they do that, and then they're good. People are satisfied.
It's like the bit from Parks and Rec, the Bobby Night Ranger. It's like, hey, I didn't think we could hear Sister Christian 7 times in a row, but there it was. One more time.
All right. So for our number 4s, we had Steal My Sunshine by Len, Mr. Vane by Culture Beat, Barbie Girl by Aqua, and Possum Kingdom by the Toadies. And it does seem we are on board for an episode where we're not going to table much. And so that's going to take us to our number 3s.
Round 3
is a magic number. Yes, it is.
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding.
There we go. All right, number 3. What you got, Mike?
Okay. Now this one is I guarantee it is still going to get people jumping and moving and dancing or whatever. And it's still an unstoppable force. It is present everywhere, and I have yet to I don't even know if they have ever recorded or released another song. And it is Delight, Groove is in the Heart, coming in 1990. The chills that you spill. I still know the fucking words.
Oh, and such an awesome video. Like in the time of videos, like it was just like bright neon colors and their heads just like zooming in and out.
Yeah.
Like it was the type of video you put on a big screen in a dance club because it just lights the floor up.
Yeah, and it was also like, okay, you could still put that song on at a party now, and everybody would be like more inclined to dance. Like if there was a reserved person who like was like, no, I don't really want to dance. I was like, 1, 2, 3, you know, that whole fucking there's a slide whistle in it.
Yes,
there's a fucking slide whistle. Alex, you look confused. Do you not know Groove is
in the Heart?
This is another one that if I heard it, I'm sure I would. This guy is abusing me right now.
Do what you got to do with the cat, but
No, I'm having fun with it.
I refuse to believe that you for sure you've heard it. Groove is in
Groove is in heart.
There it is. That's all I need. I know the tune. I just don't know the name of it. Yes, I would dance my ass off to that right now.
Yeah, like you're absolutely right. That is a song that's going to draw everybody to dance. Like, I mean, even if you're a guy that just stands there, you can't not move when Groove is in the Heart comes on.
And even if you dance to it, ironic because the song is like dumb, but also the best. So it's
but the best dance songs are dumb.
They're dumb. They're so dumb, and it's repetitive,
and
it's great. And then there's that, and it's like funky, and it was the bridge between, for me, like the 80s. Like if you look back, the 80s into the 90s.
Yeah.
In terms of like that, like it was right there on the cusp, and it is a solid like dance number. And then they just a D-Light. Does anyone?
Four
Bueller
E's in the course of D-Light.
D-Light.
They took that B-52 vibe and really rode the hell out of it.
Exactly.
All right, Groove is in the Heart. Dave, number 3.
I was thinking about pulling an audible here. No, I'm gonna keep it the way it is. I've committed. All right, number 3 is Mark Cohen's "Walking in Memphis."
There we go. I know that one.
Yeah,
that's a testament to the fact that how popular it
was. This is a song that no matter how sober or drunk you are, the moment it comes on, you turn into a sultry, soulful singer, and you are singing along with Mark Cohen. Like, ma'am, I am tonight, walking to Memphis. You know, you turn.
It kind of forces you to sound drunk.
Yeah, like you have to sing "Walking to Memphis" like you just finished your 5th or 6th scotch, right?
That's the only way to sing that song. You know,
like the love child of Bruce Springsteen and Michael McDonald.
There it is.
Wow.
Yeah,
what a mix.
That's kind of perfect.
You want to know how popular that song continues to be? They just did a parody of it on SNL with Walking in Staten and talking about Staten Island, and Pete Davidson and some other people, and Method Man pops up in the video at some point. It's crazy. And Mark Cohen pops up, and that's his song.
And he's built a career out of this one song.
Yeah, I mean, and what's crazy about Walking to Memphis is it's like the antithesis to my Possum Kingdom pick, right? Like Walking to Memphis is timeless. Like you could drop Walking to Memphis today, you could drop it in the 90s, you could have dropped it in the 70s or 80s, and I think it would always see the same level of popularity because it just it doesn't feel like it happened at a certain time. I was amazed like when I saw it on the list because I was like, I just never knew when Walking to Memphis came out.
Yeah, it could have come out in the 60s.
Yeah.
And the guy, he nailed the anthem for a city also. So now he's like a hero in Memphis. He could be from
Memphis.
I was going to say, he could be from anywhere.
Yeah, he's I can't remember where he's from right now, but he went to Memphis to
Tuscaloosa
to get inspired. You know, he was like, let me go to the land of the king, you know. Because he's
from Cleveland, Ohio. The man comes from rock and went to Memphis to get inspired.
I love that.
All right, so we've got Walking in Memphis, number 3, Stein.
It's a very good one. I'm going with my R&B pick at number 3. You'll hear it at every single karaoke night that you go to by Blackstreet. It's No Diggity.
Such a great song.
So much fun.
Shit. Yeah. I'm so mad I didn't put that over. Oh my god!
I didn't even think about this.
Yeah, got to bag it up.
Bag it up, girl. I like the way you work it.
No diggity. Everybody loves that song.
It just gets you in the groove, baby. Like I feel sexy when I'm just around that song.
Yeah,
and that's hard for me.
Well, and this song reached number 1.
Yeah,
on the Hot 100.
But you know, it's one of those songs that manages to achieve something that I think is like the pinnacle of doing rap and R&B is that can you insert a phrase or a word into like the vocabulary of the zeitgeist, right? Like can a song that you wrote become just something that everybody knows? And No Diggity is just, I mean, it's a phrase that you can use. Everybody knows.
No Diggity.
It changed the lexicon. No diggity, no doubt.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Oh, and plus Little Penny playing piano in the video.
They had a video. Okay, they had a video where it was like the not the remix, but it was like the featuring where they added shit to it. And they had fucking Slash from Guns N' Roses doing a solo in the fucking video. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had Fishbone and
Slash
as
that's
like
right.
guest
Fishbone was on it.
Yeah.
This was when they were like
wild.
The rock and roll rap combos were happening because we had like Run DMC and Aerosmith with Walk This Way, and then like Blackstreet and Slash. They were marrying those two genres in that.
I like marrying.
I like
marrying
because they're not married and they're not they're not having a wedding.
They were sleeping together. They were one night standing. Yes,
they were one hit night hit standing.
You're almost there.
All right, so we've got
Don't humor me.
No Diggity by Blackstreet.
DeBono, what you got?
My number 3 is it actually went to number 1. It's another one where to this day you could go to a party and throw this song on. People are going to sing along. They're going to have a good time. It's my hip hop R&B pick, and it is This Is How We Do It by Montel Jordan.
Oh, that's a great one.
Oh my God.
Now,
question.
Yes.
Does Montel Jordan have any other hits?
Not that I could find. I found this to be his one top 40 hit. Because that when I first saw it pop up on some lists, I was like, I swear I remember Montel Jordan doing other stuff, and I could not find anything he had that charted on the Billboard Hot 100.
That's how good this song is.
Yes.
You think it's more than one song.
Yeah, exactly.
How many times did it chart? Like, because that song felt like it went away, and then it came back, and then it went away.
I mean, it charted in the 90s, like end of the 90s Billboard Hot 100. Like for the entire decade, it charted in the top 30. Number 1 when it came out. And so this song came out in 1994. And so it was at a time when, it wasn't an R&B song that was, there wasn't a love song. It wasn't a rap song that was super hard. It was just, man, like, look, everybody likes to just have a good time and party, right? And this is what it's like when we do it. Even the gangbangers stop partying or stopped what they were doing. It's gangbanging. This is how we do it. Yeah, they stopped. Yeah, they stopped. Even the gangbangers have to get involved. I mean, it's just it's a classic anthem that you look back on, and like I said, you can play it now. Everybody's still gonna have a good time. So this is how we do it by Montel.
But that's how that like.
Oh, this is how we do it. Yes. Sorry, I had to go feed my fucking cat.
For the audio listener, Stein left to feed his
Stein had to step away.
I had to step away to go feed my cat. This is how we do it.
There it is.
Well, that song has one of my favorite lyrics of all time. Is when he refers to himself when he was young as a lowercase G.
Yes.
Ever since I was a lowercase G. That's it. That's all I have to hear.
Yeah.
Give that man every award. That is the best line I've ever.
Man,
I love that thing.
It's a hell of a party if you can make the gangbangers forget about the drive-by, right?
Yeah,
I mean that's a big plan. Like, that's not like a spur of the moment. It's like, but there's a party.
I feel like, the variant of this song is Warren G and Nate Dogg's Regulate.
Yes.
I feel like that that
other
is like
side
the
of
yin to this one's yang.
Yeah.
This is how we do it. And Regulate are like polar opposites, but still of the same energy. You know what I mean?
And the dark variant is Friday by Rebecca Black.
Or the white variant.
Julio's Fantastic Voyage has entered the chat. And we're gonna fight.
All right. So our number 3s were Groove is in the Heart, Walking in Memphis, No Diggity, and This Is How We Do It.
It's a solid fucking round, guys.
Yeah. I'm genuinely gonna make a playlist of this and share it with everybody on Geek Bro or whatever on the Twitter or wherever. Who cares? I just want to make the list of.
We always talk about doing that when we do music episodes, and it just never happens.
You guys got to see it through.
Gotta see it
Gots
through.
to see it through, my boy. Gots to see it through.
All right, so we're gonna keep this thing moving, and we are on to our number 2s.
Round
Dose.
2.
Dose, the sequel to Uno.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, your deuce. Hit me with it, Mike.
I'm gonna drop a deuce on you, and this was a toss-up for me because, again, I was thinking about the dance stuff, like the Night at the Roxbury stuff, but I had to go with. I mean, it's hard to explain. I Wish by Skilo.
Oh my God,
This is my hip hop pick.
I was talking about this one last night and had to and my wife was like, I don't recognize that one. So I started, and then I just couldn't finish. Then I couldn't just stop. I was like, here's the entire song.
DeBona couldn't finish with his wife. You heard it here first.
You heard it here. Hey.
Not quickly.
I Wish from Skilo. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
Thank you.
See, look.
I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her.
I would call her. I had a rabbit and a hat with a bat. And see, like, what my mountain is built around the unstoppable force of these things, because I will tell you what I don't know if it's somebody else has it though.
Well, here, just talk about Skilo.
I will talk about Skilo.
No spoilers.
There's an element to all of the songs that I've picked that I feel that they were not forced on us, right? There's gonna be songs that are one-hit wonders that I feel that were like they were novelty songs. Right. Like there's certain songs that
Pac-Man
are novelty.
Fever.
Yeah, sure.
The Macarena.
Uh-oh.
Fuck. Shut up.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything. You see? That's why I didn't say anything. But there's a lot of those songs that are novelty songs that to me, like in my soul, I do not feel that they are hits. They are advertisements. It's like the top 10 commercials of whatever. So with I Wish, I just remember that song came out and it was like the soft boy version of gangster rap, because it still sounded like West Coast gangster with the same soundscape that they have. The beat was dope. It was funny. It was clever. The rap, there was like good rhyming. Everybody wished they were a little bit taller.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, and it was, and it gave you something to relate to. Like you listen to all this, it's like, man, I've never sold drugs, and I don't have a Bentley, but you know what? I do have a hatchback, and everywhere I go, somebody gets laughed at.
Yes, and the video was like, of this Forrest Gump. Like it was like Forrest Gump, and everything was like acted out, and it was in that classic '90s. Like Spike Lee made it famous where it was like the sped up, where they shoot it in regular speed, but they show it in fast forward, and then it's like kind of like cartoonishly exaggerated. And it was like a cartoon version of gangster rap, and suddenly everybody was like, "Oh, look, rap is fun," you know, and we can listen to it on the radio, and it's not dangerous or scary in any way. Please make this, you know. And it was everywhere. It was everywhere. You could still put it on right now, and I think people would just be like, "Oh, you know."
Yeah.
And nowadays we've got Little Dicky, and so maybe this guy inspired Little Dicky, who's rapping about having a little dick. This guy started off by just wishing he was a little bit taller.
I guarantee you, this guy inspired people to rap about stuff that was not just gangbanging.
Yeah.
Because that's literally like how tired. That's why I feel like my mountain had to be what I feel is like organic a little bit. You know, like it didn't feel forced. Like Steal My Sunshine, I don't think was forced. It just came out and it was just like took off, and then those people, I don't know, got sucked into a parallel dimension and disappeared because you never heard from them again. Groove Is in the Heart is like a powerful song. Like it's a dance hit / transitional hit, and then I Wish Skilo was like a rap thing that just took off with making it popular for everyone. I feel it was like everybody loved that song.
All right, Dave, number 2.
My number 2. This was one of the very first ones that popped into my head. It is Torn by Natalie Imbruglia.
I was so close.
The only reason the only way I convinced myself to eliminate this one is because it's a cover.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I get that. And I'm pretty sure that when we did our mountain of cover songs, this was on my mountain.
I never heard that it was a cover.
Well, it's a cover of like a Danish song, but I mean, it is a cover
By Aqua.
Oh shit!
By a man with a super Danish name with one of those O's with the line through it. I'm pretty sure.
Bjorgen Shore or whatever. Apologies to our listeners and viewers in Denmark. I'm sorry.
It is a cover, but I couldn't talk myself out of it because Natalie Imbruglia made it her own.
She did. She really did.
And to keep kind of going on that music video, discussion. That music video is so iconic, and maybe it's because by the time that the 90s came around, we really had learned how to make music videos, because you watch some of those early music videos from like the mid 80s and they're kind of rough around the edges, even by, the late 80s, when you start getting some of those like early Guns N' Roses music videos, it's mostly just
you shut your fucking mouth.
It's my
Thriller
favorite band of all time.
With you, sir.
My favorite band of all time. All right, but that Welcome to the Jungle video is really just the band playing live. It's in a studio and it's well produced, but it's really just them playing. It's not until you get like November Rain from them you start getting like this cinematic stuff, right? So it's when the 90s come around is really when you start getting that really cinematic stuff, where the music videos start adding something to the song. And I think that happened with Torn. And that was part of what made this cult of Natalie Imbruglia just blow up, because I mean there really is a cult around her. I absolutely fell in love with her the moment I heard her sing, and then I saw her in Johnny English and I fell in love with her all over again.
Should they try to put her in acting things? I think that's a death sentence for pop stars or whatever, for like
I don't care. I could watch her act horribly all day.
I mean, she's beautiful. She's beautiful, and I think that was a big selling point in that video.
It was, because it was her face, front and center the whole time, and it worked, and the song's just, I mean, it's beautiful and it's sad, and it's
the video where they're like, there's like a room around her.
It's like and like there's like the stuff in the background is happening like real fast, like somebody's like moving in and moving out, and she's just singing the whole time.
The story of the song,
it's her whole life coming down around her and being built back up. It's the song I think is iconic, and by the time that final slide guitar solo hits at the end, you've been on this incredible ride with her. It's one of those really great classic storyteller songs. And she does such an amazing job with it. Her voice is beautiful. It's tortured and uplifting all at once.
You want to talk about a karaoke hit? So I was at a bar one time here in New York. It's like it was like a bar where
I was at a bar one time too.
Yeah, me too, guys. I think we all share this thing that I'm talking about, this experience. But it was basically just a bar that had karaoke up on the TV and wireless microphones that they would just hang around. Oh. So like it was just like people singing at a bar. Didn't really feel like a stage. You would be off in a corner. The next person would be off in their corner, and you wouldn't really interact that much. My friend Tony Asande, he starts the song comes on, and it was loud and people were not paying attention. That song came on and suddenly everyone was like, oh my God. And then the whole song, every motherfucking person in that room was singing along
a lot of faith
at the top of their voice.
I thought you were gonna say that Tony went up and just snatched the mic from the girl who put it on. It's like, mine.
No, he picked it. It was his pick.
Oh, it was his pick. Nice.
It was his pick, and it brought like everybody. It brought the house down.
Nice. All right, so we got Torn by Natalie Imbruglia. Stein, what's your deuce?
I just got one more thing to say about Torn. I have a very distinct memory, another one where these songs land like in my history. I remember waking up before my alarm clock went off one day before school. And this is, the day when you actually had an alarm clock and you could set it to the radio to wake you up. And that song came on in my head. And then my alarm went off, and no fucking joke, in my head where I was thinking about the song was playing exactly at that spot on the radio.
Did you have fillings? Were you picking it up on your fillings?
No fillings.
Yeah.
No fillings.
Just
saying.
Psychic energy, bro.
Magic.
Just pure magic.
Just tapped into the collective unconscious.
Yeah.
Not having to do anything with Torn, but I had a similar situation. So back in the day, before you could just like Shazam something, right? You had to wait until the song ended and hope that that's when the DJ said the name of the song if you wanted to know, right? So these were my middle school days when I was a budding metalhead, and I had just gotten into Metallica, and I had no idea what the name of this song was, but it had this amazing guitar solo at the end, and I knew it was Metallica because I recognized Hetfield's voice and I recognized Kirk Hammett's guitar playing.
Turns out it was Natalie Imbruglia the whole time.
Right, the whole time.
So
I had fallen asleep with the radio on, and I wake up in like this cold sweat, and I'm hearing the song. And so I sat up I sat up in bed, and I'm like, please tell me the name of the fucking song. Please tell me the name of the song. And sure enough, the song ended, and the DJ said that was Metallica's Fade to Black. And I was like, fuck, finally. And so I was able to see which album had that song, and I went and just bought that album.
Nice. All right. What's your number 2, Alex?
We're ready for my number 2. Coming in, it's the 4 Non-Blondes with What's Up.
At the last
Honorable mention.
At the last second, I subbed out Montel Jordan for I subbed in Montel Jordan for 4 Non-Blondes.
Wait, I said, hey,
this would make it.
Wait, so do we have a duplicate, you and I?
No, we don't.
Just barely. I
took it off. Yeah,
just singing He-Man.
I think about that every time now. Yeah.
Also, this is my alternative. I guess they're alternative rock. I would say for the 4 Non-Blondes, definitely
on 100 Alternative Nation. 100.
And also, I'm a feminist. That's why I've got them along with Aqua. We've got 2 lead singers that are both females, but the 4 Non-Blondes all female. Hey. But yeah, love What's Up by the 4 Non-Blondes.
It's a song that's like it's so funny now. Like some of the songs coming back around as like TikTok sounds, and What's Up is one that's that's trended and made the rounds here recently, where it's just like, God, it's so weird that this is the one that's back, but it is such a great song. You gotta wake up in the morning and get real high.
Yeah. There
it is.
Just remembering, I love the He-Man. It's gonna always live on because it's been memeified.
Now, here's the thing: the actual video of that song, that lady is singing that song at you hard in the video.
Yes, it is
like she's like right in the fucking video.
And her hat is so big.
So big. White lady dreads and shit.
Yeah.
With the goggles. Yeah, that's right. And here's why I'll tell you, it's a great pick. I'm not disputing it in any way. The only reason it's not on my mountain is that Linda Perry, the song, she's the singer, is like,
I know who Linda Perry is, Mike.
She's insanely successful as a songwriter.
Yes.
That she's had many hits as a songwriter. So for me, I was like, she, it was a hit, yeah, but it's not going on my mountain.
It's like when we did 2010s, and I was like, I didn't pick Cake by the Ocean because DNC's got a Jonas in it, So it's like, same type of thing.
Okay, fair enough.
But it was for my criteria, an unstoppable force of nature.
Yeah.
To the point where I was just in the Dominican Republic for my friend's bachelor party, wedding party. It was a combined thing where everyone in the bridal party was just partying in Dominican Republic. We had it all inclusive, and we did a party bus. One of the guys got drunk and forced the DJ to play the song so that he could sing it to all of us. And I said, hey, and it was the drunkest, most joyful experience that this man had. We were all just cranking it out in the bus, singing along at the same time. Yeah. With our dicks out in our hands. No, we were singing with fervor.
What's going on?
All right, so we got What's Up by the 4 Non-Blondes. My number 2 is it made it up to number 2 just because of how much I love the song. The lyrics in the song place it firmly in the 90s as one that couldn't exist somewhere else. And this song to this day, I just absolutely love. It is You Get What You Give by the New Radicals.
Very good.
That's a good one.
I love this song. It's got this super positive message, like they randomly just call out a bunch of people, Courtney Love, Marilyn Manson, Beck and Hanson, it's just like, we'll kick your asses. Like just like random stuff like that. It had this video where they were just like running around a mall and like singing on escalators. And it was just, it's a fun song, but it's hyper positive, right? Like you listen to You Get What You Give, and you're in that moment. And it was one of those ones that the lead singer had one of those like stupid Kangol bucket hats, and they're another one, right? Like what happened to the New Radicals? Nobody fucking knows.
They reunited because Biden won. The Biden, I swear,
seriously,
it's 100% true story. But Joe Biden's son, who passed away, said that his favorite band was the New Radicals. He loved that song, and he knew the band, like he knew the band. And Joe Biden talked about it, and then they said, "If you win, we will play your inauguration," and they fucking did.
Well,
they brought him back, and they played "You Get What You Give." And I will say this: that is a song that I absolutely know every beat to. I cannot tell you one word independently from hearing the song.
Right.
Like it's like, I don't know any of the words, but I know every.
You got the music in you, Mike.
Yes, there we go.
Don't give up.
Go.
Yes, that's exactly the song.
But like I said, it's just it is so many of this, like, I kept getting torn between trying to pick songs that could only exist in the 90s, and a lot of those ended up in my honorable mentions, and songs that could exist anywhere. And this is one of my ones that it's just like, that is just a 90s song. So my number 2 is You Get What You Give, so our number 2s were I Wish by Skilo, Torn by Natalie Imbruglia, and What's Up by the Four Non-Blondes. And now we're going to get into the part of the show that I'm sure is going to get thick, because this is where everybody's lists. We get to hear everything that didn't make everybody's list. Missed them by that much.
Oh, God.
Honorable mentions. What do you got, Mike?
Well, let's start with honorable mentions from the comments with Andrew Chacon.
Hey, Andy.
All for you, Sister Hazel.
Nice.
It's like is that the one that it's hard to say what it is?
Yeah.
Is that's that one, right?
Yeah.
I'm too sexy, right? Said Fred.
Yes.
Right, said Andrew Chacon. I'm Free Soup Dragons. I do not know that one.
I don't know that one either.
I don't know what Soup Dragons.
By its name, it's not ringing a bell.
I'm gonna be the 500 Mile song from the Proclaimers.
Yes.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that was 90s.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be.
You.
Yeah.
No.
Fuck you, Spotify. Fuck you, Facebook. Take us down. Challenge.
We're just having fun.
Yeah.
Just having fun, Spotify and Facebook.
That's a running bit from the What's Up, Bro show that Neri. I apologize for crossing the streams. And also Andrew Chacon with Life is a Highway.
You talking about the Rascal Flatts cover?
Whoever the original one was.
Oh, okay. I know that the Rascal Flatts cover I thought was in the 90s.
Newer.
That was in the 2000s.
Oh, okay.
The original. I just don't remember who does it.
No one does.
There you go. That's how good of a hit.
Not even the mom of the original, songwriter. She's like, "Oh, that song by the Rascal Flatts.
Yeah,
that Lightning McQueen really knows how to drive to that song."
Life is a Pixar movie. I'm gonna ride it all the way to the bank. Neri chiming in. PM Dawn.
I think he's talking about "I Die Without You."
You know the one.
I think he might be talking about "I Die Without You," which charted really high. But I think PM Dawn had another song.
PM Dawn had two
in the top
like a
40.
2-hit wonder. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they may be more 2-hit wonder. I'm
sorry. Oh,
here we go.
Learn to play by the rules.
Paper Doll charted at 28 before that one. So, but I think he's talking about "I Die Without You."
PM Dawn was also the soft have you guys ever seen that movie Fear of a Black Hat?
No.
That it
No,
makes
is that a
fun.
real
It's
thing?
a mockumentary about gangster rap. It is mind blowing. Go back and watch it now. I think everybody should go back. But they're this hip hop group like NWA that breaks up, and they all break up into the stereotypes of different rap music,
Awesome.
like black music at the time. And one of them was the spiritual, like the what's that guy? The fuck.
Oh yeah, from Run DMC. That
Rev Run?
He became
No. It's the God.
Jonathan DMC.
Jonathan. Yes, Jonathan de McDonald's. The
Darren McChris.
Darren McChris. No, but you know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Oh God, I can't remember. It's Tennessee
right.
something. Tennessee something.
You talking about Arrested Development?
Arrested Development. The hyper conscious spiritual rapping music.
Yes, Arrested Development. Song
Yes.
Tennessee is what you're talking about.
Yeah. Those are what about my
your
my
honorable mentions now, Mike? Yes.
I'm just gonna run them down. The Macarena is on there.
Got it on mine.
The Macarena is on there. And this was the one that I was gonna put in. What is Love by Hathaway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jump Around, House of Pain.
Yep.
It's a good
But
one.
I feel like House of Pain, did more stuff, but they were just not as popular. But they were always
Plus, Everlast is kind of just House of Pain. So.
Yeah.
Everlast is just House of Pain, and DJ Lethal was in Limp Bizkit, so I didn't. Blind Melon, No Rain.
And
They
that
have
one,
more than one
that,
hit, though.
that one I didn't know. They actually didn't know. Rain is their only big hit. It's just the people.
Changes was a big song for them, but it was not a top 40 hit.
3 is the magic number. Didn't make it onto the top 40.
Oh no, but that's a good song of theirs too.
See, and they're one of those ones like we always end up having this conversation where like,
Or maybe we could say
Blind Melon as a whole is just so good to me. I just refuse to put them
Break
in
it
the
apart.
conversation as a one-hit wonder.
Right. Yeah.
And then the last one I'll say is Return of the Mac
By
Morrison.
Mac Morrison. Yes.
Return of the Mac.
Oh my God. One time me and a buddy went on a road trip and we got to like a certain distance from the house. We were like, let's just see how many times we can listen to Return of the Mac before we make it home. And it was like 28 straight times we listened to Return of the Mac on a loop.
Now I want to hear what I'm Free by the Soup Dragons is.
All right, Dave, honorable mentions.
All right, so I'm just gonna rattle them off as well. Love Fool by the Cardigans is one that just very nearly made the list. I mean, it's a cover, but nothing compares to you, Sinead O'Connor.
Only reason I didn't put it on my list.
It's really a Prince song, but it's one of those where like her version is so iconic.
It was my number one song when we did 90s songs, man.
Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something is one that I really wanted to put on the list, but I already had my rock hit. Space Hog in the Meantime is one of those
we were talking about.
We talked about it very early on. I fucking love that song, and it makes me feel good. Kiss Me, Sixpence None the Richer.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically,
I'm gonna start singing it. It's so good.
Singing on the porch, like you're.
I loved She's All That. I was in love with Rachel Lee Cook. Sure, who wasn't? And Freddie Prinze Jr. What a handsome fella. That guy, who didn't love that movie?
It also surprised me that this was a one hit, that she was a one hit wonder, number one, and that it was in the 90s. But I Try, Macy Gray.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that voice. That's another one where it was just like it stood out so much.
Her voice drives me crazy, man. I can listen to her sing all day.
It's just, and it was that breath of fresh air voice. All right. Honorable mention, Stein. You got anything left?
So
I do. I've got a bunch, and I'm just going to rattle them off. What did you want to say? Another thing, Mike?
No. The Soup Dragons. I'm free to do what I want.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You see,
I do know
Very
that.
good.
Power. Everybody.
Yeah. Okay. So the Macarena, we already mentioned that one. I've got the Baja Men, Who Let the Dogs Out. Marcy's Playground, Sex and Candy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Soul Asylum, Runaway Train.
Another band I refuse to acknowledge as the one hit
Yeah,
wonder.
they had so much.
I know, right? Crash Test Dummies.
Yes.
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, The Impression That I Get.
Ooh,
I
that's a tough one.
fucking love that
That's
song.
a tough one because I
This
like
one
that.
almost made the list, but I decided I wanted something else on it. Tag team. Whoop, there it is.
Yes.
I got two left.
Back with a vengeance because of ice cream.
Yep. Local H, Bound for the Floor.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yes. And my last one, The Verve, Bittersweet Symphony.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
like a
fuck you,
missed it
music
by
industry
that much.
recording rights that killed that band. That was a good band.
Yes, that one was a good one. All right, a couple here. This is where a lot of the ones that just kind of these are where like songs that were just that happened at just the right time. My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, right?
Yep.
Still find it all over the place.
Yeah,
Flagpole Cita by Harvey Danger.
that's a good one.
Like it's a song that could like honestly when Flagpole City came out, it shouldn't have ever been a hit in the first place. Like so, obviously, it very much happened at just the right
I'm
time.
not sick, but I'm not well.
Right. The Freshman by the Verve Pipe, not the Verve. Horribly, just sad, super emotional song. And Black Velvet, which actually released in '89 but charted in '90. So I'm throwing it out there. Black Velvet.
Black Velvet.
That's a Doctor Strange moment, like with the flugelhorn thing at the top when he's like, "Oh, charted in this year."
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But
the flugelhorn moment of our episode.
that was
Black
another
Velvet.
one. Like when we did an episode that was like pop songs of '90, and I was like, I can't put this one on there because it released in '89. But I mean, it did chart in '90, so that's when it was a wonder. So, all right, so those are our honorable mentions. Neri would like everybody to know that he lost his virginity to the "She's All That" song.
Yeah, buddy.
Podcast listeners should miss out on that piece of info. But it's the one that plays when he does the hacky sack thing, so it's very dramatic.
Yeah.
Am I the only that remembers that?
Yeah, no, I remember. All right, so that's going to take us to our number ones.
Number one.
Round one.
There's no turning back.
Right.
Do it. All right.
It's funny how you're reminding me of the sounds very much like the one-hit wonders.
All right, number one. Mike, what you got?
My number one, coming in with a bullet, Mambo number 5, Lou Bega.
The reason I didn't put it on honorable mentions is in case it was somebody's number one. I didn't say it.
100% still being referenced. Like genuinely, like it was in a commercial recently. It's all over TikTok. The listing of names and all that stuff. A little bit of Monica. I just saw a tweet that was a reference to like one ring to Monica and then one ring to whatever, and it's like and then one ring, but all were fools for Lou Bega formed one ring in to rule them all.
I saw
like,
that.
Literally mashing Mama Number 5 and Lord of the Rings. It's so ubiquitous that people are still joking around like, when's Mambo number 6 coming out?
All right.
Yes, Lou Bega. When is Mambo number? You disappeared on us. Or you just rested back on your laurels knowing that you gave us the perfect the perfect hit.
And the assumption has got to be that this was like he kept writing different versions of this song, right? Like WD-40 or Formula 409. Like this was just the one that finally took off.
Mambo number 5.
Now what happened to the other 4?
And you could hear like it's not it's not a good song musically.
Not a good song.
And it's got like
the other hit. I mean, it didn't chart nearly as high, but the other hit that he had, I got a girl in Paris, I got a girl in Rome.
Wait, he had another hit?
He had another song?
He had another song, but it didn't do nearly as well, but it was a much better song. Oh. What the fuck was the name of that song?
What?
If it charted,
I got a girl right
Mike
here,
off the mountain.
Girl right there. Oh, I got.
No, I mean it's pretty widely considered to just be like for him 5. To be a one hit wonder.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I just want to boot Mike off the mountain.
So all right, so we got Mambo number 5 sliding into a number 1 slot. Dave, what you got?
Lou Bega's German.
What?
What?
What the hell is okay? My whole life has just been.
Yeah, this is Mambo number 5. Sure, listen. Sure, like it, Monica.
Yeah, it was called
A
I
little
Got a
bit of
Girl.
Fräulein in the sun. A little bit of Hildegard in my room.
Oh Lord! Before we fall any further down this Lou Bega hole, Dave, what's your number
What
one?
the fuck? My number one, I don't give a fuck. My number one is No Rain by Blind Melon.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah.
Yeah,
got it.
That's the best song that's been mentioned all fucking night. All right,
Yep.
Blind Melon is the best band that's been mentioned all fucking night. This is a legit band here.
Bega,
And
Aqua.
he's a solo act. You're right. Best band, maybe.
if it had it not been for Shannon Hoon's untimely death, this is a band that would have gone on
Yes.
to like fucking like the sky's the limit for these guys.
Yeah.
Because they embodied this like 1970s rock attitude with like forward thinking, like progressive music mentality. And No Rain kind of doesn't exactly sound like what's on their debut album, but it kind of does also, because that first album was kind of really hard rock.
Soup,
and,
right?
And no, it was the self-titled album, the debut one. But this one is a ballad. Like it really works, and it kind of throws you back to a time when you were just fucking happy.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
you go outside and you play and you just have fun with your friends. And anytime I hear this song, it brings me back to that time. And I mean, it's kind of hard to believe that they are a one-hit wonder.
Dancing
because
around in the field in your little bee costume.
In your bee costume.
yeah, I
Your
love
tap
dancing
dance.
around in my bee costume, you know. So that's just me. I fucking love this band. I love this song. And as soon as we said 90s one-hit wonders, because I knew that they were technically a one-hit wonder, I was like, this is my number one. It's got to be.
Yeah, I do. Like I said, it's just one of those ones where even though they fall within the parameters, I'm just like, no, I just love Blind Melon, and I just don't want to say them in that breath of calling them a one-hit wonder. But I love it, man.
I don't mean this in an insulting way, but No Rain on that album is like when Sugar Ray came out with I Just Want to Fly, because they were very not that type of song.
No, the album that had Fly on it had Cash on it.
Yeah.
And
There's
like,
Speed Home California, like all of these songs that they were originally like this speed punk band, and they got popular for this one song. Blind Melon, I think, like one of the problems with Shannon Hoon was that it was the classic problem with marketing music for rock music in that post glam era, where like it had run its course and it was all like saturated, where the power ballad was the hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The power ballad was the one that got them paid, and the
one that
got them.
Hey.
I mean, it's true.
Oh yeah, no, I mean the same. There's so many bands that you can do that with. You're absolutely right.
I'm gonna drop out just.
Well, I mean, Firehouse, I think, is a perfect example of one of those bands, you know, that came in towards the end of the glam rock, you know, the hair metal phase in the early 90s, with All She Wrote. You know, it's like kind of sort of a ballad. You know,
when the Goo Goo Dolls dropped Iris, it was like, who the fuck are? This is not my Goo Goo Dolls. Like, who is that?
What'd you do to my Goo Goo Dolls?
But then they became that, and it was sad.
When Goo Goo Dolls plays Iris, it becomes that ballad played in the Goo Goo Dolls idiom. And so No Rain is the ballad played in the Blind Melon idiom. And even though, like, I agree that the ballad is one of those things that put butts in seats back in the arena days, right? And that's what would sell.
Can't play Shout at the Devil if you don't play Coming Home.
Well, there's a whole the sweet cherry, the cherry pie warrant. Like there's that whole decline. Like there was so much, like, because think about it, you get bought and sold up, like you're told what to play and whatever, and now you got to go play it every night.
Radiohead Creep.
That's a perfect example.
But, it's great. It's ridiculous. Sorry, I didn't mean to drag that out. It's just I love Blind Melon, but it's like
And Neri, I'm not disagreeing that Iris is a good song. Neri's chimed in here to say Iris is fucking awesome. Fuck anyone who disagrees. Iris.
Oh
is
no,
a good
it is.
Song.
I love that song.
It's just before Iris, that's not what the Goo Goo Dolls sounded like. Is all I was getting at.
It signaled a shift.
Yes, and there
their
was
tone.
a drastic shift.
Those
in what
shifts
Goo Goo
can
Dolls
be
became after.
sad, because I remember like when the Offspring did Pretty Fly for a White Guy, I was like, this isn't the Offspring.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's still good
but those shifts can also mark like periods of greatness, because the Chili Peppers were not the same Chili Peppers after Under the Bridge.
Yeah.
You know, and arguably their best stuff came after
Chili Peppers are overrated.
Fuck you, Mike Mercadal.
Yeah,
All right. All right.
we were friends.
Before we wax on too much about this, what's your number one, Stein?
Yeah, I appreciate, Dave, you bringing it back, grounding it in actual good music, but I'm sorry, it's not the best one-hit wonder of the 90s. The best one-hit wonder of the 90s is the one I'm going to serve up to you right now, and that is Sir Mix-a-Lot's I Like Big Butts.
I can't disagree
Baby
with
got
that.
back.
I can't
Baby
argue.
got back. That's what I meant. That's what I got it written down. Baby got back. Fuck, I fucked up the title of the song.
Fucked up the whole bit. You know what?
The number one-hit wonder of the 90s. There's nothing else to say. It's one of the only, like, I've got like 4 or 5 rap songs that I could just do front to end.
You can do Baby Got Back front. It's so much harder than people think it is. Especially when they do it at karaoke and they're not
Front to
fully
end.
committed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I got this.
It's the worst.
I got this. Baby Got Back, the music video, iconic. Dancing on top of big butts.
Dancing on the
Right
butts.
on the butts.
Yep. Oh my God, Becky.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it was funny.
Sampled to death. Again, adds something new to the lexicon, right? Like
My anaconda don't want none unless you got
buns, hon.
And then the whoopsh, whip noise.
Fonda ain't got a motor in the back of her Honda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great pick. That's I kept seeing that one pop up on lists, and I don't know why. Like it didn't stick. I don't know. Like I guess almost
because you like the flat butts. You're the beanpole dames in the magazines or what?
Yes,
you're into.
Exactly. It's just
I like long backs, and I can't deny.
it almost falls into that category of novelty songs, like we were talking about. But I'm not discrediting your pick.
Sure. But also, again, like the last time I did this, I was picturing what my Mount Geekmore would look like if you were to like carve the thing that I'm talking about into the mountainside. A big ass. Right up there. I mean, that looks good.
I wonder what our mountains would look like.
Yeah, if we would
when we
visualize
say our number ones. Let's try. Let's see if we can iconify our picks.
Yeah. All right. Well, my number one is one that I did not think of originally, and when I listened to it, and I remember just how freakishly good the song is. It's another one that's almost kind of timeless. It's a song that you can still listen to and get emotional, especially if it's a moment that you've ever lived. My number one is "Save Tonight" by Eagle Eye Cherry.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yes,
very good.
I like while I was working on this list, and you're just going through and listening to the songs, and it's like, is it as good as I remember, or do I just have like a memory tied to it? And this one's a little bit of both of that for me. Like this song was it went to number 5. It was huge, like when I was in high school. But it will always, I moved 800 miles away to go to college. So like this song was really intrinsically tied into, those wonder years of high school for me, and having that one last night with my buddy John Rick before I took off to go to college. But it's a song that's so relatable to so many people. It's really well produced, like musically, it's very, very well put together. It's gorgeous. It's sad. It's one of those songs where when you look at the lyrics, like it's kind of sad, but it's really about making the most of a sad moment. And it's a life lesson that a lot of people can learn from and love.
You got to fight the break of dawn.
Yeah, man.
Fight the break of dawn.
Exactly.
Save tonight. Fight the break of dawn.
Yeah. Come tomorrow.
It's very emotional. Yeah, it's visceral, that song.
Yeah, like it it taps into something.
Mm-hmm.
I will say less fun than Mambo number 5, but also good.
Yeah, less
Also
fun
good.
than Baby Got Back, you know. So we got like Dave and DeBona have like the serious, heartfelt, like take you on a journey songs, and Mike and I just want to fucking party.
Yeah,
We
bro.
want a mambo.
Yeah.
We want big butts.
We start the
big
party.
butts.
I'll tell you what it is. We are. I'll tell you this. We are the ride to the party. That is me, Stein. I'm at the party with the hits. Then Dave is winding down the party. And then like that's that late night like trance party.
Yeah,
like late night shit. And then DeBona's the ride home when we're all ending the night.
It's the montage at the end of the we're all just like staring out the window, like
passing around a joint.
Yeah, that's what it is. We've fully encapsulated a 90s night out.
Yeah. Yes.
Whatever movie has this soundtrack, I'm fucking watching it a million times.
And it's got to end with this scene you just described.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right.
Like you know how I used to love when you like at the end of the night we'd always end up at like Denny's or whatever diner is.
Yeah,
Denny's. Yeah,
area.
sure.
Denny's, IHOP, whatever it is, the 24-hour spot in your city, and then where the sun's kind of coming up, you're about to drop everybody off, and nothing will make everybody laugh so fucking hard because just like the idea that the sun is coming up is hilarious. They were just like, and you're all just like giddy and goofy.
Yeah,
not even drunk,
guys. We did it.
Not even drunk or high, just like high on the experience of like, yeah, we did it. We made it through to the sun.
Yeah,
you know?
Driving back home in my mom's lavender Saturn.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how you wrap the moment up. All right. So our number ones were Mambo number 5 by Lou Bega, No Rain by Blind Melon, Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot, and Save Tonight by Eagle Eye Cherry. And we have made it through an entire night with no repeats.
Right.
So as we are wont to do on this show, usually when this happens, our number ones just become the mountain. And everybody gets one.
My icon is...
Yeah, what's your icon?
So my icon for my number 1 is just a mustache.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a hat.
No, it's just a Lou Bega. Okay. It's
thank God it's a Lou Bega. Because he's German, I was afraid.
The Lou Bega. No. Fuck, that took me a second.
Ist ein Mustache.
Ist ein Mambo.
It's a hat with just a disembodied mustache.
Just a hat and a mustache. Yeah.
There we go. All right. So for blonde, for No Rain, we put the Bumblebee girl up there.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, it's either that or the Aryan mustache.
Oh God.
And then for Baby Got Back, we just got the big ass.
Oh yeah, it's the big butts that he's actually dancing on in the music video.
Yes.
And mine not
afro.
iconic in look. Yeah, mine's the afro. You're right.
He has like this big giant grungy fro.
Yeah, so there we go. So the final mountain for the one-hit wonders of the 90s are Mambo number 5 by Lou Bega, No Rain by Blind Melon, Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot, and Save Tonight by Eagle Eye Cherry.
Good fucking mix. I like it.
I like it.
The way you drew it up as the one night, I think perfect. I think makes this a great mountain.
Perfect mountain. Good job, guys.
Yeah,
good job.
Yeah,
we did a good job.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so if you've enjoyed this and you're listening, make sure you head over to geekbro.net where you can check out all of our other podcasts that you might find. Like we have got What's Up, Bro with Mike and Neary and Missy. Usually.
Yeah.
And a couple other people rotate in and out here and there. You can catch me and Dave on Shiver. This week, we will be doing the second part of our Ari Aster double features. We'll be doing Midsommar Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Check out all our other podcasts, too, like Comedy Fitness, A Dose of Ellie, Crimacopia.
Kickflix.
Yeah.
Kickflix.
And
and can we promote Stein has
Stein,
an
you do your own
amazing
podcast,
podcast that I've been a part of, and I love it. If you love Dungeons and Dragons, Stein, take it away.
Yeah. My name is Alexander Stein, aka the Pungin Master, the host and producer of The Floor is Dungeon podcast, session zeros and one shots. We build randomly created characters based off of the history of the month. It's always fucking wacky, and then I make a custom one shot for my 2 players to go through. I call it my Double Dare Dungeon. It's always wacky. Usually I take some right-wing nut job and turn them into my big bad evil guy. For Mike's last episode, it was Ron DeSantis, and I turned him into a giant sand mantis.
Yep.
Sand mantis.
I was inspired by Andy Samberg, the Colonel Sanders himself,
Leo Tolstoy.
Yeah. And I was what was
you were an Earth Genasi like Horde Breaker Ranger?
Yeah, it was like a weird that's the thing, is like you're like, hey,
it was beautiful.
Here's all the people that were born on the day that we rolled dice to land on, and then it was like make a character. I'm like, well, the Colonel has to be
the Cosmic D30.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, so make sure you hit 2. Floor is Dungeon.
I'm on all the socials at Dungeon Floor, and you can find the podcast, The Floor is Dungeon, on any podcatcher that you have.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. If you've enjoyed it and you're listening to the podcast, make sure you tune in. We do this most of the time. It's Mondays at 8 Central is when you can find us. We try to remember to get on our socials and let you know what the topic's going to be. But you can always just chime in with us live here. Neary and Andy Chacon, thank you for chiming in tonight. And I guess that is going to do it for tonight, everybody. That's how lists are made.
People band line. We don't have any out.